Eat a leucine-rich meal within 1 to 2 hours after exercise. Picture this. It's the morning after a light workout. You step into the kitchen, sunlight streaming through the window, and crack 2 or 3 eggs into a hot pan. That simple sizzle? It's actually a powerful biological message to every cell in your body. Build, repair, renew. I say this not only as a physician, but as a 60-year-old who stood exactly where you are. There was a season when strength felt like it was slipping away. Stairs felt steeper, dumbbells heavier, and my body seemed slower to hear my own instructions. Then I learned something crucial. After 60, what matters most isn't your biological age. It's how you communicate with your body through nutrition and movement. One of my patients, Robert, 67, once told me, "I'm eating enough. Doc, so why do I still feel weak?" A look at his routine showed he often skipped breakfast and just had coffee. We added 3 whole eggs, some greens and oats after each resistance band session. 3 months later, his eyes were bright. "I feel younger." The science is straightforward. Within about 1 to 2 hours after you move, your muscles open up what we call an anabolic window. This is when amino acids, especially leucine, slip in to flip on mTOR, the cellular switch for muscle building. Eggs are a beautifully simple way to hit that leucine trigger. You don't need a steakhouse platter or gallons of whey. 2 to 3 whole eggs, yolks included, deliver protein, choline, B12, and antioxidants that protect your mitochondria, the power plants of every cell. Years ago, people feared cholesterol in eggs. Today we know that for most healthy folks, moderate egg intake is fine, and that cholesterol is also the raw material for hormones like testosterone and estrogen, which support strength and recovery. So the next time you finish a workout, treat that egg breakfast as more than just breakfast. Make it a ritual of renewal, a message to your body. I'm here. I want to be strong. I'm helping myself feel younger from the inside out. Muscle is an endocrine organ. Pause for a moment and consider this. Every time a muscle contracts, lifting a bag, climbing a few steps, or pulling a resistance band, you're sending a whole body signal. Your liver hears it. Your heart hears it. Your brain hears it. Why? Because muscle isn't just tissue, it's an endocrine organ. Helen, 72, told me her body felt asleep, tired, with unstable blood sugar and fading memory. We started a gentle 15-minute morning routine. "I thought I was training my legs," she said later. "Turns out I was waking up my whole body." She's right. Contracting muscles release myokines, tiny messenger molecules that travel throughout your system. Some calm inflammation, some steady blood sugar. Others activate longevity pathways that help cells self-clean and build new mitochondria. This is why we call it exercise as medicine. No prescription, no side effects. And the dose is literally in your hands. Every time you move, you instruct your body to fight inflammation, balance glucose, and turn on the genes that protect youthful function. If you're sleeping poorly, feeling mentally sluggish, or just tired for no clear reason, don't think pills first. Ask instead, did I give my muscles a chance to send healthy signals today? The quiet helpers, micronutrients that multiply your strength. Your body doesn't need miracles, just the right building blocks in the right places. Magnesium, vitamin D, omega-3s, and creatine are 4 under-the-radar allies, especially after 50. Magnesium is the conductor for 300-plus reactions, nerve signals, muscle relaxation, energy production. Low magnesium shows up as cramps, poor sleep, and fatigue. A patient of mine, Linda, felt drained despite lots of coffee. Her magnesium was low. A few weeks of leafy greens, pumpkin seeds, and a small evening supplement, she slept deeper and woke stronger. Vitamin D is like stored sunlight. Beyond calcium absorption, it influences hormones, muscle function, and immunity. If you don't get much sun, test yearly. Deficiency is common in older adults. Omega-3s from salmon, sardines, flax reduce inflammation, keep cell membranes flexible, and protect mitochondria. A low-inflammation body is a longer-lasting body. Creatine isn't just for 20-something lifters. At 60 plus, 3 to 5 g a day can boost strength, support memory, and increase mitochondrial density in muscle. When I tried it at 58, my shaky plank gained 30 extra seconds in 3 weeks. Not magic, just biology. Sometimes aging isn't a sword fight. It's a handful of small, steady nutrients doing quiet, faithful work. HMB, a friend for the days you can't train. We all have days we can't work out. Joint pain, caregiving, appointments, or simple fatigue. That's where HMB, V-hydroxy-V-methylbutyrate, helps. HMB is made when your body breaks down leucine. In youth, you make plenty. With age, production slows and muscle loss accelerates, especially during downtime. Charles spent 10 days in the hospital after hip surgery. He feared he'd lose all his strength. We added upper 3G HMB day with protein-rich meals. 6 weeks later, he told me, "Doc, I didn't lose as much as I'd feared." HMB isn't a miracle, but it's a safety net when you can't send mechanical signals training to your muscles. At the molecular level, it tells muscle cells, "Don't break down. Hold on, we'll be back." Even protein at 3 meals, a small change, big payoff. Like many people, I once grabbed a light breakfast, rushed lunch, and crammed all my protein at dinner. After 50, that pattern doesn't work as well. Your body doesn't bank protein efficiently. It needs multiple triggers throughout the day. Research in older adults shows that 30-40 g of protein per meal spread across 3 meals can double muscle building response versus the same total protein eaten mostly at dinner. Translation: each meal is a chance to flip the mTOR switch, and you need roughly 2.5 to 3 g of leucine to do it. That's about 3 eggs or 5 Rs, 150 grade salmon. Think of protein as a medicine, right dose, right timing. Example day: breakfast, eggs, plus greens; lunch, chicken breast or lentils; dinner, salmon or tofu. Give it a few weeks. You'll feel the difference. It isn't complicated. It's just steady nourishment, not an all-at-once flood. Whole eggs, nature's perfect anabolic package. Hold a small egg in your hand. It looks ordinary, but it's a self-contained life kit. Everything needed to build a chick. Imagine what that can do for a 60-plus body trying to reclaim strength. Many folks still worry about cholesterol. I smile and say, earlier generations believed that, but modern evidence tells a more nuanced story. Moderate egg intake doesn't raise heart risk for most healthy people. In fact, cholesterol is the raw material for hormones, testosterone, estrogen, cortisol, that support muscle, energy, and recovery. Eggs also deliver leucine, the amino acid that turns on mTOR. 2 to 3 whole eggs are enough to flip that switch and help rebuild tissue. And the yolk? That's where the choline lives. Key for acetylcholine, the neurotransmitter that helps muscles fire and supports memory. Yolks also carry B12, riboflavin, selenium, lutein, and zeaxanthin, nutrients that protect your mitochondria and brain. Teresa, 69, started eating eggs again each morning and said, "I feel oddly clear. That's choline and lutein, lowering neuroinflammation and sharpening focus. If nature made a multivitamin food, it would look a lot like an egg. 3 post-workout eggs with greens, avocado, or oats isn't just a meal. It's a biological reboot. Next time you crack one, don't just see protein or calories. See potential, and a reminder that renewal is possible at any age. 3 levers of renewal. When your body hears the signal for life. By 60, I'd learned what modern science keeps confirming. Your body is like a symphony. 1 instrument can play a tune, but 3 together make music. Training, nutrition, and hormesis. To Frank, 65, a former construction engineer, felt achy and unlike himself. We kept it simple. Resistance training, 3 at X week, bands and light dumbbells, followed by a leucine-rich snack, eggs, Greek yogurt, oats. Then we added a short cold rinse post-workout, 1 minute. 3 months later, he said, "Doc, I feel more alive." No magic, just 3 coordinated levers. Intentional resistance work, not heavy, consistent. Each rep says, "We need this muscle. Don't dismantle it." That signal wakes up mTOR and sleepy fibers. Leucine-rich protein, eggs, salmon, lentils, or whey. Effort without building blocks is a wasted message. Hormesis, small beneficial stressors. A 30-second cold rinse, a 10-minute sauna, brisk walks in cool air, or a few short bursts of higher effort. These teach cells to adapt, spawn new mitochondria, and raise capacity. Training is the action. Nutrition is the fuel. Hormesis is the spark. Together, they don't just make you stronger. They make you feel fully alive. Don't fear sweat, a bitter chill, or eating eggs. Fear silence, when your body stops getting any signal at all. Strength, the truest mirror of youth. After 3 decades with older adults, I've learned the scale can't tell you if you're healthy. It only weighs you. It can't measure strength, grit, or life force. Eleanor, 75, was petite, under 110 pounds. But her handshake was warm and solid. "What's your secret?" I asked. "I don't try to stay slim," she said. "I try to stay strong." Strength is the real metric of health and youth. Studies, even in top journals, show grip strength predicts longevity better than cholesterol or blood pressure. Why? Because muscle governs your metabolism and your independence. If you can stand without using your hands, lift your suitcase, and open a tight jar, you still own your body and, in many ways, your life. I've seen people sigh at the scale. I point to their workout log. "You lifted heavier than last week." The number on the scale may be flat, but inside, biology is getting younger. New mitochondria, rebuilt fibers, better insulin sensitivity. No scale can show that. Measure age by strength. How many squats can you do? How long can you hold a plank? Can you open that jam jar? That's the language of biological youth. Don't let weight fool you. 2 pounds of new muscle can be worth 5 pounds of lost fat. What matters isn't how much you weigh. It's how much you can do, how far you can walk, and how many hugs you can still hold. When your body stops listening, and how to make it listen again. Ever feel like you're doing the right things, but your body isn't responding? You lift, but don't gain. You eat protein, but feel weak. That's often anabolic resistance. Your body is hearing the music, but the speakers are blown. Aging, low-grade inflammation, reduced blood flow, and sluggish mitochondria muffle the signal from leucine to mTOR. Martin, 68, a former ball player, trained and ate well, but nothing changed. We tweaked small levers, a bit more leucine, added omega-3s, alternated sauna and cold, and protected deep sleep. 3 months later, he walked in lighter on his feet. "Doc, my body's listening again." Anabolic resistance isn't the end. It's a static-filled connection. You restore it with clear, repeated signals. Leucine-rich meals, short resistance sessions, real sleep, and a refusal to quit. Your body isn't truly old. It just needs to be retaught how to hear you. Every rep, every meal, every calm breath, every minute of heat or cold says to your cells, "Listen up, we can rebuild a little more each day." When balance becomes your final freedom, Harold 80 loved his garden. After a fall while reaching for shears, fear followed him everywhere. "I'm afraid to walk fast, to walk slow. I'm afraid to lose myself," he said. When you stop trusting your feet, you don't just lose mobility, you lose independence, confidence, and often joy. That's why we don't just train to be fit. We train to keep our freedom. The key is balance and quick strength, power. When we're young, a slip triggers automatic reactions. Tendons and muscles fire in harmony. With age, those reflexes nap. The good news? We can wake them up. Simple drills. Sit to stand faster. Step-ups. Heel to toe line walking. Or one leg stands for 30 seconds. Teach your nervous system to react. When ready, add gentle ladder drills or small 2-foot hops. Not to compete, just to remind your body what quickness feels like. It's called power training. It sounds athletic, but older adults benefit most. Falls don't end lives. Not getting back up does. 6 months later, Harold returned, still a little shaky, but eyes bright. "Doc," he grinned, "I watered the garden yesterday, no handrail." That moment wasn't about perfect form. It was about freedom reclaimed. Balance doesn't live only in your legs. It lives in your mind, in the feeling that I can still do this. Every stand, step, and one-leg hold tells age, I'm not ready to sit still. And trust me, age hears you.